Moving on, resistor networks level 2. Let's get a problem. Right, this gets a little bit more interesting because now we can't move the resistors around or rewire them, but we can change their values, like so. And it's asking us to use E24 values. So you have to know what the E24 preferred value series is. That's worth looking up. It's in the back of the lab script or in any of hundreds of web pages online. It's useful to have a list of the E24 values next to you when you're trying to do these type of problems. Anyway, we're trying to use E24 values to make this total resistance 35.7K. So I can see how to do that because I know that 33K is an E24 value and so is 2K7. And if I add them together, I get the answer that I want. So I can make that 33K, make that 2K7, and I'm done. Great. Next question. This time we've got to make it 1 meg 03. Well, that's actually fairly straightforward. We could just use 1 meg and be 30K, because 30K is an E24 value as well. I'll just show you what happens if you get that wrong. I could, for example, call this a 1 meg 03 resistor and put that down as, I probably can't use 0 ohm. Oh, I can. And that would be the right total answer, but not using E24 values. And if I try and submit that, it will say, right resistance, but not all resistors are E24s. They're not. However, 1 meg is, and so is 30K. And if I use those two, I get the right answer. These can be a little bit tricky, especially when they're in parallel. But I don't think you get parallel ones at level 2. Here's a more straightforward one. You just have to work out the total resistance. And we've got 82K. That's in series with this combination. And this combination is the parallel combination of a 100K with what in total is a 93K. So that would be 100K times 93K divided by 100K plus 93K. Next, we need to make the resistance 29.4 ohms using 2 resistors, and this time we can see that 29.4 is smaller than any of these 3 resistor values, which means that we're going to have to put 2 of these in parallel. One of them will have to be the 33, but which is the other one? Well, this is where the X and Y boxes might be quite useful to do a quick calculation. If I put, 33 in parallel with 270, then I would get that answer, which is right. That's good. So my first guess was correct. If I put it in parallel with the 390, I would have got 30.4. But I want 29.4, which is this one, within the accuracy to which the quiz operates. So I need the 33 in parallel with the 270. Wire that up, click, great. Just do one more. This one, because it's a different type of question. This time it's asking you for an expression for the total resistance. And it's a parallel combination of the sum of A and D with B. So, using the parallel expression, 1 over R total equals 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2, and therefore, after a bit of algebra, R equals R1, R2 over R1 plus R2. We'll just use that form. Here we have R1 is B, and R2 is A plus D, because A plus D is the total resistance in parallel with B. So we have B times A plus D divided by B plus A plus D. And that will do. There are various other ways you could express it, obviously, but as long as you get something that evaluates to the right answer, you should get the tick. That's level 2.